We're off on our first RV trip of the year. This will be a 2-week trip. Can you guess where our first destination will be? Here we are at Death Valley National Park. We're staying at Furnace Creek Campground, which is a first come, first serve campground at this time of year, which is just a couple days after Easter. It is a full hookup site. There was plenty of availability when we got here at 10 o'clock this morning, and by 5 o'clock this evening, I would say about 75% of the sites were full for the full hookups, and there's 18 of them. Nice long site with beautiful views. I love the desert. After getting settled, our first stop that afternoon was the visitor center. Then we checked out the Borax Museum, which is free. The outdoor exhibit displays equipment that was used in the borax mines.
So that's 225 horsepower diesel engine. My truck is almost twice that, and about a eighth the size at least. This puppy had some interesting mag wheels on it. I think it's just, is it wood or is it built up of yuck? Because it looks like wood. A logging truck.
Like a tree trunk in there.
Carried logs from the timber side to the sawmill where it was to be cut.
After dinner, we walked over to the inn at Death Valley, which was just a short walk from our campsite. We passed the Furnace Creek Golf Course, which is the world's lowest elevation golf course at 214 feet below sea level.
Surprisingly, this is Death Valley.
After the hot afternoon, we enjoyed our stroll in the cooler evening breeze and took in the beautiful sunset. The next day, we got an early start to beat the heat that was expected by the early afternoon. Crystallized salts compose the jagged formations of this forbidding landscape. Deposited by ancient salt lakes and shaped by winds and rain, the crystals are forever changing. On a warm day, you may hear a metallic cracking sound as the salt pinnacles expand and contract. You can walk on it, but be very careful, because if you fall, it says you can hurt yourself. That's jagged.
Kind of like a bad lava rock.
Worse. No, you don't want to fall on that.
I guess not a place to let your toddler walk.
Nope.
This must be the fractures that they're talking about, where it just cracks.
Wow. You don't want to fall on those. Weird.
I feel like this is a undersea exploration here. Looks like coral.
Sitting 282 feet below sea level, the salt flats in the Badwater Basin change constantly. Salt crystals expand, pushing the crust of salt into rough, chaotic forms. Newly formed crystals ooze between mud cracks, sketching strange patterns on the surface of the salt flat. Sodium chloride, better known as table salt, makes up the majority of salt on Badwater Basin. This salt is like very fine sand. That's interesting. A crust on it that's just building.
Sea level's that little teeny white line up there on the mountain. So we are below sea level.
It's amazing how quickly you get out of shape. Since our last hike was, what, the fall in Colorado? And it's now April. Whew.
Here's our first landmark coming up. The bridge. Loose gravel is tough to walk in. Bogs you down. I don't know if it's the heat or the gravel.
So it's about almost 6 o'clock in the evening, and we are headed to Artist Drive, which is a 9-mile scenic loop of multicolored hills. They say to come around this time because the colors pop a bit more than in the middle of the day, so we'll see if that's the case. And then we'll stop at Artist Palette, which is just a small little stroll through some of the hills and all of the different color hues. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I don't know that I'd say it pops color. It's pretty. We're headed back into a little canyon called Artist Palette. So we will see if there's a lot of color variations. Looks like there could be. That's green. Good morning. Our second day here and we're doing a hike, trying to get back in shape. We're doing Golden Canyon to Red Cathedral and possibly Gower Gulch. We'll see how much energy we have left. Beautiful morning. It's only about 70 degrees so far, so hopefully we finish before it gets too warm.
A little bit of earth movement there at some time. So there's the goal up ahead as the Red Cathedral, which is the side of that mountain. Changes colors up there, more reddish. There's a neat little canyon up in there, and look at back up in there high.
Yeah.
So, right or left? Right or left? Right or left? I'm thinking right, because there's some rocks piled up across the trail in a line. Oh, a ginormous arrow. Don't miss the arrow. When the facade's gone, kind of reveals all the layering in there. It's kind of hard to see when it looks like a bunch of mud on there. We have a signpost. Half mile to go. Oh, this is the Y in the road.
Wow, did we get here this fast?
That's our trail up there. So when you read that they mark the trails really well, how do you like that for an arrow? Oh, I heard something about going through a cave.
Yeah.
Not heard, I read.
Cool. Which is the easier way?
Secret passageway. I'll go this way. Oh, you took the hard way. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
So is this it? Came up that little slot there.
How small do I look in comparison?
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna push it.
Oh, wow.
Of course, she went up there, so she has to brag like it's something up there. Otherwise, it'd be a waste of a trip.
Now you know why it's called Golden Canyon.
Okay, so we're switching. We are now going from Golden Canyon to Red Cathedral. We went up to Red Cathedral and we're heading back. Now we're at the Y with Gower. What's it called? Gower Gulch. So we're gonna take Gower Gulch back to the truck and then the trailhead. Could this be borax?
Oh, how weird.
Is that borax?
I don't know.
Feels like it. This adds a little incline to our trip though. It's pretty steep. But look at those. Look at those. The mountain over there. All the colors and scalloping. So here's more of that. So now, I don't think it's borax. I think it's talc, like talcum powder. It's fine like baby powder. So we're on Gower Gulch. And there's a T in the road right here for going to Zabrisky's Point.
That's not going to happen.
And that's up there. Kind of an odd little field of, look purple to me. Purplish rocks. Very odd rock with green
specks.
Yeah. Well, that's a conglomerate there. You still want to do a face plant down there.
Hold on.
Oh.
Sit on your haunches and then step down.
Sit on your butt and then just slide.
Well, I was trying to use a nice word.
Butt. Let's see how ladylike you are there. Slide down to your derriere.
It's scary just going to sit down. There, see? Made it back. First hike of the year. Trying to get back in hiking shape. It was an enjoyable hike. The good spots are always uphill. It was nice to take in the view of the golden-colored Badlands from Zabriskie Point, but I personally preferred being down in the canyon on our earlier hike today to get an up-close view of these Badlands. If you're an early riser, this is a great place to take in a sunrise or even a sunset. Dante's View is a breathtaking viewpoint offering panoramic vistas of Death Valley National Park. This viewpoint is over 5,000 feet above the valley floor. The drive to Dante's View is up a scenic 13-mile winding road. The last 6 miles are closed to vehicles longer than 25 feet. Today is day 3 in Death Valley National Park, and we are hiking Mosaic Canyon, which is a 3.5 mile in and out
If that.
hike. And yeah, it's supposed to be beautiful. We'll see.
It says 1/10 of a mile. The Slot Canyon begins from the parking lot, and there it is. Like a little kid. Come to the first set of rocks and she's got to climb on them.
This is the Dolomite rock that they described. This side you have the breccia. No, breccia or breccia? Breccia rock.
Looks like it's cemented in place.
Smooth. Wow.
Let's see what surprises is around the corner. We're 1.49 miles in. Oh, this way. Good marking. See the arrow down there? Looks like there's this big slab of rock. And then this muddy, slushy, rocky just swallowed it. Probably a mere 500 million years ago. I'm gonna guess that's a 25-foot wall coming up. Looks like a waterfall when there's water. Okay, that's 5'6" up against the wall. We made it
To the end. All downhill after this.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
it was a little bit over 900-foot elevation gain.
Yeah.
1.73 miles in. Now let's do it backwards. It goes fast.
It does.
Yeah, it's an e-ticket ride. You hit at the bottom. Goes faster.
That was fun.
Follow the trail markers because you don't want to go that way because that's a waterfall. So you got to go up and around. There. Get a little jarring. Use both arms. What lady like is this?
That was easy. We just finished the hike through Mosaic Canyon. I would say if you only have time for one hike in Death Valley, do this hike. It's only 3.5 miles long. If you have time for others, do that, but definitely don't miss out on this one. Beautiful canyon and the rock formations and just the different colors were pretty cool. The rock scrambling is not that hard. A little bit here and there, but nothing that's that difficult. Yeah, it's really, really fine. Pretty cool. I mean, these sand dunes aren't no sand dunes like in Colorado. Not as high or expansive, but still pretty cool to find them out here. Our last stop of the day was to Harmony Borax Works. Borax was some of the most profitable ore mined in the area. These are the remains of a processing building and a historic 20-mule team wagon. As we left Death Valley National Park, I have to admit this park was not on my list of top choices to visit. After spending 3 days of exploring this vastly unique landscape, I absolutely loved this national park and highly recommend a visit. Be sure to take a couple of days to really experience the beauty of Death Valley.